happy to bring another edition of Business Strategy video magazine from India ITME Society. Today we have Lathia Rubber Manufacturing Private Limited, which was formed in 1953 by late Mr. S.V. Lathia. This company, known for its integrity and honest, ethical work practices, is today managed by his three technocrat sons, Mr. Yogen Lathia, Mr. Sanjiv Lathia, and Mr. Ashit Lathia. We have today with us Mr. Sanjiv Lathia, who also was the past chairman of India ITME Society. Pleasure to have you here, Mr. Lathia. A very warm welcome from India ITME Society, and we hope to hear from you your experience over the years working with the Indian textile engineering industry and the customers and the scenario today. Welcome, Avinash. Thank you for joining us once again today.
Lathia Rubber Manufacturing Company, 7 decades of service to the nation, to the textile industry. Let it be spinning, let it be weaving, that is weaving preparatory sizing, or processing, all finishing processes. They have given their products in each and every phase of the machine, and then India has taken advantage of that to prosper itself to the number 2 position in the globe. I am really happy to have Mr. Sanjiv Lathia ji today at India ITME Society to give his interview, and I would like him to express himself about the progress which Lathia Rubber Manufacturing Company has done over the years, how this Lathia brand name has been well established for so many years. So Sanjiv ji.
Thank you, Seema and Avinash, for the kind words. It is a pleasure to be at the India ITME Society video interview today. Lathia Rubber has had a very long and eventful journey. It was started by a young technician, Mr. S.V. Lathia, my late father. After his education in rubber technology in England, he came back in 1953 and started on August 15th, coincidentally, this business of making rubber products in India. At that time, Indian industry had just come out from independence and the shackles of the English controls, and was doing very well. And as the textile industry has grown, we have grown with them. Our story or our history would be parallel with the Indian textile industry. My father initially, apart from making products for textile industry, he also made cables, some transmission belts and things like that to establish. But he saw there was more future in textile and mainly textile processing, because there was a huge unmet requirement. After independence, the textile industry was adding more capacity of fabrics processing, and we have always been a part of that growth. Even today, a lot of our products and growth comes from the textile industry changing. He was a leader and pioneer in the rubber industry in those days, and we continue to be a pioneer and leader in the industry even today. In the 70s and 80s, my elder brother Yogen, I and my brother Ashit joined this business, and we have taken it much further. We have added plants, added products, and added many more services. Textile industry has been one of the major focus industries for us. Apart from textiles, we are supplying products to other industries like paper, steel, packaging, and the others. We have a collaboration with an American firm, Stowe Woodward, based in America, who have plants all over the world. They are a leader in technology in this field, and this was operationalized almost 35 years ago. So we've been working together since then, and it has been a very, very profitable, mutually beneficial business, because we have been always kept abreast of technology in our products. Some of the milestones that we have passed through is always related to developments in the textile industry. We started manufacturing rollers, etc. And then as textile processing chemistry changed, we developed synthetic rubber-based covers. We also developed a rubber belt for pre-shrinking of fabrics. In fact, this is the basis of the garment industry today, where any product that you buy in the market is pre-shrunk. And it is very much required for the feel and finish of the fabric also. We have also been awarded by the government of India for various developments. In the 60s and 70s, there was a big focus on import substitution. So we have got silver shields and cash awards for our business. I can also tell that we started our R&D cell officially in 1980s, and since then we have a recognized Government of India R&D.
Sanjiv ji, as you are aware, textile industry has evolved quite a lot. As far as global trade is concerned, we are at number 2. What is your take on which milestones have changed perspective of Indian textile industry?
There are many milestones in the textile industry, and as I mentioned, our industry also is tied with those milestones. The first milestone occurred in the textile industry when the industry diversified into synthetics, polyesters, fabrics, etc., because that is what was allowed after the 70s. That was much before I joined the industry. I would like to start with the industry. Major milestone was, I wasn't there again, but there was the first shock recession oil in the late 70s and early 80s, which forced the industry to change. There was also the famous labor strike of the early 80s, which caused a big change in the way textiles and fabrics were made and marketed, and the country was closed by the industry in India. In the 80s, etc., there weren't very much changes. There was a differentiation and people were more and more specializing. The biggest change that we can say to the Indian economy was the 91 liberalization, which has affected and basically, let the industry free from most of the shackles. We have had similar changes again when the MFA was changed in 2005, and recently we have had the introduction of GST, which has again made a very big change in the textile chain. So these are the major milestones in terms of the way business has been done and this thing. Another milestone that I would like to bring about is the way industry has become more efficient in manufacturing, more reliant on the market and market feedback. We deal a lot with the processing and processed fabric. So we are one step away from the consumer, garmenting and the consumer. So we get to see a lot more variation than probably seen in weaving and spinning. The industry is become much more nimble, much more market oriented, and willing to listen. The other big change that can be seen is that the giants of the late 90s, very few, and most of the giants today in the textile industry have come up in the last decade or two.
When this change happened from rubber to synthetic, how the technology has changed?
The processing chemistry has always driven our products, and the advances in machinery technology to take advantage of the processing chemistry. This has occurred also very recently, where in the last 10-15 years, where the bleaching process has completely changed and has become much more environmentally and ecologically friendly. So that has again necessitated another change of the material being used by us, the basic elastomer being used by us. This is how we have kept abreast and continuously innovated. Quite a few of our innovations are driven by the industry leaders who get the more modern machinery, more modern processing chemistry, and demand more from us because it is very difficult for them to get these products serviced from outside India. So we service them in India. We have very good relations with OEMs in India, so that gives us a feedback. And for quite a few of the machine manufacturers who are based abroad India, we do the warranty and servicing, etc. in India.
So all the time innovation is the key word as far as your 7 decades are concerned.
Yes, that comes from our technical background. As I mentioned, my father learned rubber technology, and he would regularly go every year or two. He would go out, visit all these industry giants, Bayer, DuPont, and in England, ICI, and the others who were making products for the rubber industry, and kept on introducing these products into India.
Lathia ji, as far as products are concerned, rubber products, there are many products. Which are the products which would be game changer as far as today's scenario is concerned, and how you are going to innovate these products?
The game changer for India would be technical textiles, though I'm very happy to say that our Indian machinery manufacturers have developed in the COVID period machines and suitably tweaked them so that they could be used for processing of technical textile fabrics also, especially for the medtech, as it is called, fabrics.
Yeah. So when it comes to technical textiles, is there any special treatment which you are giving to your rollers?
Yes, we are using specialized covers, specialized additives, etc. that allows us to serve the industry.
Now, as you are dealing with finishing technology, processing of fabric, what is your take on the Indian machines and how we are going to compete at international level? Because I just wanted to emphasize more on processing industry.
Right, thank you. Just to take it a little bit backwards, India has been making these machineries, and Indian textile machinery manufacturing has always been a very large capital goods manufacturer as far as India has been concerned. And they have also played a very good role in giving very affordable machines to the Indian textile industry. The growth of both industries has been in parallel. To talk about processing equipment today, I would say that most of the equipments that are available in India, made in India, multinational companies operating their locations in India, or the Indian machinery manufacturers have also evolved because the demand from the textile industry has been such. Today they are, almost comparable to those imported. They have the similar, instrumentation, automation, which is again always imported or supplied by these companies in India or the subsidiaries in India. So that way they have come up a lot. Automotive industry has played a large part in the availability of the mother machine tools or basic machine tools, which are again required. So even if you go to a small, medium family-owned company, they would be having the latest CNCs, latest presses, the latest laser cutting equipment to make these more modern machines.
Lathia ji, as far as India ITME Society is concerned, I have always, correlated you with Indian ITME Society because over so many years we are working together for this particular society. You have seen ups, downs, the progress, the way things are happening. What is your take on India ITME Society? Where are we? What are your observations about the industry and how we should go ahead as far as industrial aspects of is concerned, and then exhibition industry?
Avinash, India ITME Society has been very dear and very close to me right from beginning. This was in fact, apart from the rubber exhibition outside India, this was the first exhibition that I saw in India for this thing. And there was a lot of enthusiasm in the late 80s when it started. Of course, my father was a part since the beginning. In 1980 when we had the first one at BKC, when the BKC was not there. What we have today. So the experience has been excellent. The society has been always trying to give a very international feel and the best possible services considering the limitations of the Indian exhibition arenas and facilities available here. They have improved over the years, and today the facilities available are almost at par with those in the world.
Coming to again exhibitions, as you are representing accessory business, do you think that the entire ITME Society exhibition is giving due justice to machines as well as to accessories?
Yes, I would say, because this is giving a very low cost option to the all manufacturers, small, medium and large, to come and exhibit on a platform where it would be very difficult for a small or a medium guy to go and participate in exhibitions outside India, where they are much more expensive. India International Textile Machinery Exhibitions, you always have a large contingent of the multinational machine manufacturers as well as a lot of visitors from out of India. The exhibitors, and especially the smaller ones, get a lot of benefit from these exhibitions. In fact, it has been a USP for us to market in the earlier periods, the ITME exhibitions, that you are going to get an exposure to markets which would be very difficult to you alone. So
it was my real pleasure, Mr. Lathia ji, to talk to you, and thank you very much for this time.
thank you.